Oh, okay. Okay, because I was definitely worried, girl. I was worried to pieces. I really was. They must have did. Hi, YouTube. I'm on this live. Yeah, I was worried to pieces. I'm telling you, I was so worried. You know, I love y'all, and I ain't hearing nothing from her. And that I talk to her every day. So, like, wait a minute. Okay, okay, all right, all right. Well, I'm on live. Love you. Drive safely. All right. Hey, YouTube. How are you? We're back. I know we took a long hiatus or whatever, but we're back. But we're back. KST Looks Place and Fashions podcast. Um, please subscribe, like, and share. And my other two ladies, one is out with a toothache, and the other one's on her way. She was late getting off work tonight. So, but we're here and we're back. Hi, the KST Lux Place and Fashions. I'm the girl they call Lovely. Miss Deja Bad is on her way. She's late getting off work today. And Tiffany is out with a toothache. She had her tooth pulled, so Miss TT won't be here tonight. But hey, April, Miss TT won't be here tonight. So she had a tooth pulled and she's in a lot of pain. So keep Tiffany in your prayers and all that good stuff. But anyway, we're three brown skinned women that's boss all the way up. So today we're going to talk about. Well, before I get into what we're going to talk about, I want to say something motivational because this week has been a trying week mentally and emotionally. That's why I wore my granddaughter's shirt today on this live because it's been really, really, really. Hey, Keela. I've been really dealing with this week about my baby. So I'm sorry, y'all. So I decided to wear a shirt tonight. But we have to start learning to keep negative energy away from us because it takes you off your throne. And you should never let anybody take you off of your throne. You wear your crown with the most elegance. You feel what I'm saying? Don't ever let nobody get the satisfaction to see you down or see that it got to you any type of way. When God blesses you with anything, you worship, you cherish it. Because the same way God gave it to you, He can take it away. And don't allow anybody to tell you otherwise or make you feel what you're doing isn't worthy enough. Period. Because people will try to make you feel like you're not good enough. And I ain't thought that God don't make miss. So I just want to say that because people will not. You can pour into people. People won't pour into you the same way you pour into them. And when you realize that you have those type of people around you, it's time to start eliminating, or doing a process of elimination. You start eliminating people out of your life because you're gonna always continue to keep getting this negative result. And it's you at this point. You're causing yourself that hurt and that pain when you're allowing yourself to be around these negative people. You have to learn to take that negative energy out of your life because it's very much transferable, especially when they're speaking negative things on you, your businesses, on what you got going on, your kids, because the tongue is a powerful weapon and you speak things into existence. And don't you ever let nobody speak things into your life or on your businesses or anything like that because people are haters. They hate to see you doing good. And we should all be loving on each other and supporting each other and uplifting each other, but everybody don't have that same type of love. So you have to do a process of elimination and eliminate these people out of your life. Because if not, they're gonna always always be struggling. You're gonna always be down, and you're never gonna grow. They're gonna stunt your growth, and you're gonna stay at the same level forever. When a person show you who they are, please believe them. Hey, Keela. Hey, Jacinda. Hey, Chris. Hey, Puncho. Hey, Michael Mitchell. Hey, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in. Miss Deja better be here shortly, but pray for Miss TT Tiffany because she had her tooth pulled yesterday and she's in a lot of pain and she won't be making it tonight. So, but yeah, I had to say that I have been having a rough week this week. It's been hard for me this week. But tonight we're gonna talk about the process of like in your family. Like for instance, do you think that it is normal or that a woman should when she cooks feed the husband first or feed the children first? Do you feel like that the kids when they sit down at the table, should you put the plate in front of your husband or your wife first, or should you put it in front of your children first? And I say that because I feel like nobody's gonna come before my children, whether it's my husband or anybody. Hey, Selena. Hey, Karen. Um, and I think some of us women get it misconstrued, or we give these men too much power over us because I sat and I witnessed a couple of days ago someone cooking and they made the plates and it was the children would sit at the table and they took a plate first before they made anybody's plate and sat it in front of the boyfriend. It wasn't even a husband. And I thought to myself, like, yo, what why would you? And it was little kids at the table, 5, 6, and like 9 or something like that. And I was like, why would you not have put the plate in front of the kids first? And so I just want to get everybody else's opinion on that. How do you feel about that? And what order would you do that? But when I asked her, let me go back. When I asked her after when the kids wasn't around, hey Tony, I asked her why she fed him first, and she said because he works all day. He works all day, and he pays the bills and he provides, so he should get his food first. And the kids eat throughout the day, so her boyfriend should eat first. And I was like, well, that would be a role for a husband, don't you think? Hey, K Mac, you want me to bring you in? But even if it was my husband, he's not gonna eat before my kids. Well, not even my grown kids, but my daughter, she's only 14. Why would I feed him first? You know what I mean? But maybe that's just me. So it's an open conversation. I want to see what y'all think about that and what y'all have to say. Hold on, let me bring Deja Bed in. But I just want to see what y'all have to say because I just feel like that we need to quit putting these men first and put more love, put more time and love into our kids. That just made me feel a way to see that. But did you hear what I said, Deja?
No, I just got on.
I said, well, do you feel like when you cook, do you think that you should put a plate in front of your boyfriend first or the children first? Hey, Regina.
My three eating first.
The kids eating first. But what I asked somebody the other day, I witnessed them do that. They put the plate in front of their boyfriend first, and then went back and fixed the kids' plate. And I asked her later, like, why you fix his plate first, and didn't fix the kids' plate first? And she said because he works, he pays the bills, he and the kids, they eat throughout the day, and he's at work working hard all day, and he pays the bill. He makes sure they got everything that they need. So she feels like that he's supposed to eat first. And I just thought that was so crazy. But I was like, maybe it's just me. But I'm
I
I'm
mean, I
married.
get it. I get it because it does say that's how it should be. But no, I'm gonna feed my kids first because at the end of the day, that's who is, especially if I have to depend on the person that I'm working with.
Yeah,
I took care of them for a long time by myself.
yeah, I
And
don't
I
see that
remember when
either.
I could sometimes I couldn't get them a meal. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure I feed them first, and then you can eat. Cause I feel I'm gonna feed them before I feed myself. So I feel like if I'm making plates
Mm-hmm.
and it's only enough for them, they're gonna eat first, so we can figure out later.
Right. That's how I feel. Because what if it's not enough? You know what I'm saying? And you already fixed this nigga a plate. Because I've seen times in my life where I had rather for my kids to eat than myself. Just go ahead and eat it, even if it was enough and they wanted seconds. and it wasn't enough for seconds or something. Like, sometimes you can cook and you just cook because normally they don't eat leftovers or something like that. And this particular night they want leftovers. I would not eat just so they can eat seconds. You know what I mean? And then you fixing this nigga up like first. But Tony Sanders said, hello, my kids first. A few minutes later will not kill him. And that is a fact. I feel that. Period. Hey, Regina, love you. Keela said, I fix all plates at the same time. I agree. I agree, Keela.
I feel that.
So we all can eat at the same time. Yes. Now I'm gonna say something about that, Keela. Go ahead, B.
I said I feel that I do fix. I try to fix everybody's plate at the same time when I do make plates. But I call my kids to the table first. I'm gonna let them sit down and eat first.
Yeah. I feel like I agree with Keela. I agree with Tony and I agree with Keela. And the reason why I say that is because I'm a true believer and ain't nobody eating before my kids. I don't care who it is. But I do feel like what Keela is saying, we do it now. We need to get back to sitting at the table and having dinner together as a family. Because I don't think a lot of people do that no more. Everybody going in separate rooms. The kids eating in their room or to be sitting in the living room eating in front of the TV. But we're not turning the TV off no more and putting the phones down and sitting at the table and having dinner together as a family to talk about how each other's day went. It could be things going on in each other's lives and none of us would know about it and we all in the same home. Because we're not doing it. And when I know when we were growing up, that's what we did. We sat at the table together and we ate together. We didn't have cell phones back then, so we didn't have to worry about cell phones. And we talked about everything at the table. But we don't. A lot of families don't do that no more. So I agree with Keela, and we do need to start back doing that. I don't even think some families, some kids don't even know what it's like to sit at the table as a family and eat, unless they go into a restaurant. Hey, Kay, Pudding. Hey, Terry Bryant. Hey, Annie, Miss. Hey, Annie, man. And that's a shame. Like, it's just a shame that when your kids don't know what it is like to ask for us to sit down if it's not Thanksgiving, it's weird for us to be at the table eating together. That's not good. You know what I'm saying?
Some people don't sit at the
table.
Thank you, G. We don't sit at the table. Got to be in the living, watching TV, watching movies, eating, or watching.
And how would you ever know something going on in your child's life at school if they're being picked on or they're being bullied? When are you ever sitting down having conversations with your kids or with your husband or your wife to know what's going on? When is that? When are you gonna have that moment? Because everybody's busy, going off to school, going off to work, on cheer practice, podcast, what I'm saying, boutique. When are you having that time where you just having conversations and figuring out what's going on with each other? Hey, Devonna. Hey, baby. Keela said, I think it's how.
I kind of agree with, but at the same time, I don't. We got into a lot of women work, so.
I mean, even though you work, I still feel like you should take the time to sit down at night when you eat dinner and eat together. I think that's
what I'm about to say. What I'm about to say is a lot of women work, so a lot of times during that dinner time when kids are, right before kids go to bed or whatever, some women, with work or don't have time to cook that meal to sit at the table before everybody sits.
But not every night. I mean, I know every night you're gonna cook a dinner some night. I know you're not going all week without cooking.
Speaking for myself, I never had that time.
I mean, I know. I know. I mean, that's to each his own, and everybody do how they do in their households. But my kids gonna either come cook a meal throughout the week. It might be a couple of days out of the week, nights out of the week that we might eat out or might eat some sandwiches or something like that. But because that's how I grew up. My grandma.
I'm not saying my kids don't eat home cooked meals.
I'm not saying that. That's not what I said. Yeah. Keela said, I think it's how you're raised too. Most women do what they saw whoever raised them do. In my house, we sit down together, so that's what we do. No electronics. And that's what I was saying, Keila. I agree, and I think that we need to get back to doing that. Because when I was growing up, that's what we did. And you won't talking on you, it won't none of that. You was not slouching over, you're not doing none of that. You sat at the table, the TV going off, and you sat, we didn't have cell phones, but if the house phone rung, you won't, and nobody's going to answer it. You had to sit down at that table, and that was just that, and eat together. And that's when you find out a lot. That's when you can find out a lot, because like if you're busy, can't be too busy where you overlooking things. And I know I'm guilty of doing that, where I pour myself into so many things and so much that I overlook things, and then make you feel bad as a parent later that something was going on with your child and you didn't notice it because you're so busy with other things. You know what I'm saying? And I just refuse to feel that way ever again. So I always ask questions now all the time. Period. That's a horrible feeling for something to be going on in your child's life and you not know until later. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Devonna said, "Hello, beauties. You are right, Auntie. We definitely don't do that, but the kids will sit and eat together." Yes, hey, Sarah Oaks. Yeah, it's crazy when they think they in trouble if you say, "Come on, we'll sit at the table and eat," and they be like, "What we do?" You know what I'm saying? That because I've witnessed Alyssa do that. Like, what I do?
Tony, that's right. Sometimes, cause sometimes I can't even get my kids to eat half the time, so I had to pick and choose those battles.
That's true. That's true. And that's why I think that, some of us could at least, just get on a schedule. And I feel like that at least like one day, at least on Sundays. On Sundays, hand down, I think from this point on in my household, I'm gonna start making everybody have to sit down and eat together because if we can't during the week, I know all of us don't have nothing to do on Sundays other than go to church. And we can definitely do it on Sunday. Hey Shonda Renee. I feel like we can take one day to make it happen because, like I said, things could be going on, and nobody will know. Like I feel like today, for instance, how I feel today. I feel down in the dumps today. Today is the worst day for me today. I've been putting a happy face all day, and nobody knew. Nobody know my kids, my husband. Nobody know how I've been feeling today. I've been crying all day, off and on. Once I got off work and got home, I just, got to think about some things and my kids and my granddaughter, and just the day been horrible for me. And nobody knew because we don't sit down. Everybody came in, everybody's, hey, give me kids, give me a hug, and leave out. And the whole time, nobody knew that I was feeling like that today, feeling the worst I felt in a long time. And that's why, and I don't want that. I don't want one of my children to feel like how I'm feeling right now at this moment, and I not know that. Do you know what I'm saying?
But what's wrong?
Just one of them days.
That made me cry. You're gonna make me cry. You're gonna make me cry. You got me over here. I shouldn't have asked that.
Yeah, I'm okay. But like I was saying, I don't want my kids to feel like that, and I not know. I don't want them to feel like how I'm feeling. And we in the same house together, and nobody knows. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're right, Tony. They do think it's lame. Yeah, yeah, Shonda. It's when you lose your kids and stuff like that. It's a hurt. It's just it's just you have your days. Keela said that's a great example of importance of family coming together to check in. Selena, I'm praying for you.
It's crazy because I was talking to one of my parents today about her working night shifts and her how she was saying she don't feel like she have time with her son, enough time with her son throughout the day because she worked 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. every day. And I was saying how I was trying to do the graveyard shift and it just didn't work for me because I ended up having a mental breakdown after having Kamila. I was like, everything, was packed on top of me. And I was going to work, coming home, staying up all day with the kids, and I was never getting sleep. I was like, and so I stayed up, day and night, and I ended up having a mental breakdown. and I was just talking. Long story short, I was just talking to her and telling her about my experience trying to work like that
Mm-hmm.
and not having time for my kids. And I was like, but honestly, I was like, I know I needed therapy.
Yeah, I think that sometimes us black people, we feel like therapy is white.
No,
There's nothing wrong
I
with
know I need
therapy
one.
because I know I need it
I
too.
need
I
I
definitely
know I
need
need
therapy.
one, especially now that I'm trying to get my stuff together. I know I need a therapist because sometimes I'm just like nobody knows that I'm just constantly my mind is going 100 miles per hour because I'm constantly thinking about so much stuff within the day,
Mm-hmm.
wondering am I doing right or if I'm doing wrong or and then it's like it all packs on me and I just
It's
like want to break
overwhelming.
down and cry.
It's overwhelming. You have to just feel like, because my mind race all the time. I think about everything. What I could have done, what I wish I would have done. What if this wouldn't have happened? What if that wouldn't happen? Then I'm thinking about business and I'm thinking about that. And I think sometimes it's just, it's just moments, things that you used to do as a family, and then when all of your family ain't here no more,
Yeah.
it just tear you to pieces when you're so used to a certain routine, and then you find yourself doing those things, and then you realize this person not here no more to be a part
Yeah.
of it. It's just
I
it
know.
breaks you down.
I know. Both of us know at this point.
Yeah,
And
it's a hard
I had
thing, and to
to.
lose anybody you love, period. It's something that you never get over, and it don't get no better.
Because I found myself at times, especially at work, where I go on lunch and I be sitting and I be like, I got something to say and I need to call somebody and I just be sitting there for a moment like, oh, who can I call? And I be like, dang, I just want to call my mama.
Yeah,
That was my person that I called on my lunch
my
time
problem
every day.
is that I'm not a big person that want to tell people how I feel at the moment, because I don't want people feeling sorry for me. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah,
like,
that's
oh
me.
my God, poor Selena. I'm not that. This ain't that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
and it builds up on you,
it do.
and then when that's how I am. I won't call you, and you be like, why you ain't calling me? I'll
Mm-hmm.
have I go and have a whole mental breakdown.
It's hard, but everybody needs somebody, and ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of therapy. Because I do think I need some therapy. I think I do know. I know I need some therapy, because when you're dealing with stuff like that, and that's how, hey, Morris McCoy, when you're dealing with stuff like that, and it's building up on you like that, the slightest thing will make you react in a way that you normally wouldn't act. You know what I mean? And you end up
Mm-hmm.
redoing something that you will regret later. And I'm about at that place, so I know I need to do
Yeah,
something.
yeah. You definitely need to be looking for him.
Yeah, because I like to do something stupid this weekend, and I know it's that time. Tony said, Lord, I feel you. I lost so many close family members this year. My heart breaks. My sister, my niece, my brother. Right, Tony. I lost my brother,
Yes.
my granddaughter, my dad, my daughter. I'm just going through so much emotionally. It's just crazy. It's so bad that I've made so many great accomplishments, and I can't really enjoy it like I want to, because I feel like that I don't have all the pieces of me here so that I can enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like I'm missing some pieces of myself. Y'all should not feel
That's
like
all
that.
right.
Everyone needs someone to listen and love them. It's therapeutic. Get what you need, ladies. Yeah, I know I do, and I do. We'll talk eventually, but I have to. It's like I'm the type of person, when I'm feeling away, I'll shut myself out from everybody. Like I won't answer the phone. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk to nobody. And when I come home from work, I go in the room and lay down for days and stuff like that. And I have to get to a place where I feel comfortable about talking about it. It's almost like I have to deal with it first mentally before I can talk about it. You know what I mean? But I've gotten better because I'm on here. Because normally this wouldn't be
I
going
hate it.
on right here. So that's
I
growth.
hate it. I hate it because I do the same thing. We both like I do
Yeah.
the same thing, and I don't feel like we should do that because we after we feel that way, just move on like it didn't even happen
Mm-hmm.
instead of talking about it and actually letting it out to somebody, and then we go through the moment again, then we, act like it ain't even happened, instead of just getting that moment and letting everything out. Yeah. That's why I said, because I was about to break down crying talking to my parents today, and it wasn't even, and she was telling me how her mom has the worst relationship with each other. And they went to therapy, and she scheduled a 2-hour session with the therapist to try to figure out how they can work on their relationship. And I was like, I said, if I go to therapy, I said, I'm going to need longer than 2 hours, because the first 2 hours I'm going to be crying.
You're right, Keela. It's so right. And it's dealing with me too. When you're so used to being there for everybody, I just feel like I don't have most of the time I feel like I don't have time for myself, because I try to be there for everybody. And if I can't be there for everybody, it'll tear me, it'll wear me to death. And these, that it will really wear me to death. And I got to stop and take time for my mental, because my mental ain't right now. But I do want to do something as a group, because I'm not the only person in the world that's going through that. And DJ not the only person in the world that's going through that. And I feel like we need to put something together so that we as women can come together and kind of build each other up and lift each other up. Because when you're dealing with this type of hurt and pain within you, it's a hard pill. It's really hard. And you definitely can't deal with it alone. It takes a village for real. Hey, Erica. Hey, Tanika. It takes a village, because I'm telling you, to try to deal with stuff like that by yourself is not humanly possible at all. It really ain't. You're thinking you at a place where you can move on with life, and then it be days like this where you just feel like giving up, and that's not good. But my heart goes out to anybody that's lost, anybody that's close to it they love, because it's definitely a pain that I just don't understand. I just don't. I love you, Erica. Hey, Claudia.
Hey. I hate.
And that's why I'm glad that we have this platform, because we're able to sit down as women and talk about stuff like this. Because normally I would have never done this. I'm not a person, an open book. I'm a very private person, and I would have never sat on a live and cried and talked about none of this ever. And I'm glad that we have this platform where if you are going through something, we are here and we can talk about it in a no judgment zone. Because sometimes that's what we need to do, is uplift each other and pray for each other and love on each other. Because I'm telling you, today's been a really, really rough day for me. Hey, Nisi Blue. Hey, Jacqueline.
I definitely think it's both of us to have a therapist and find somebody to sit down and talk to. Because I feel like
I'm gonna be done snatch somebody ball, girl. If I don't do something,
yeah, snatch somebody ball. It's gonna weigh on us both so much that we're not gonna be ourselves. And I don't want it to ever happen.
I love you too, beautiful. Yeah, but I'm glad we have this platform. I'm glad we're able to sit down at the round table and talk about stuff like this, because I never would have done this in a million years. I would never sat here on for nobody to see me cry. But life is life, and you just never know what kind of curveball life will throw. And I never would have ever in a million years expected to have to bury one of my kids, let alone my granddaughter too, and my brother. I never in a million years would have ever. Love you, baby. Hey, Michaela. I never would have thought that in my lifetime I would have had to bury my daughter, my brother, and my granddaughter. I never would have thought that in a million years. Never would I thought. And I don't wish this on anybody, because it's a hard thing to deal with. It really is. But back to the subject, because I'm so sorry. Back to the subject. So we was talking about, in your household, do you think that you should feed your boyfriend first or your children first? Like, when you cook dinner, do you put the plate down in front of your husband or your boyfriend first, or do you do like Keela and make everybody play at the same time, or do you feed the kids first? How do you do it, and what do you think is a proper way to do it? Keela said that she makes her plates at the same time, and because I was very much floored when I seen. I mean, I could kind of understand if you are married and the kids are older. You know what I'm saying? Because my older kids, I'm not fixing your plate. You better go in there and fix it yourself. But if you got little kids, I mean, I don't see that. If it's not your husband, I don't see you putting nobody before you. I mean, no, I don't even see the husband really, but you know what the Bible says, you know. But I do agree with what Keela said. We do need to sit down at the table and eat dinner together. I do, and in my household, I think I'm gonna start doing that. They're gonna be looking at me like I'm crazy because everybody, no, none of us do that. We all be in separate rooms. We never eat at the same time. But on Sundays, I think I'm gonna make it mandatory that we all sit down and turn everything off, no phones, no nothing, to sit down and eat as a family and talk about stuff. Right. And it was her boyfriend, Keela. It was her boyfriend. That's why I was so confused. And it was not, and the boyfriend wasn't their daddy. So I was like, you, because I'm sure you get food stamps. So you you feeding this nigga off the food. And I'm not talking about your girl. I just a subject. Nobody knows who we're talking about. Because people are they gotta get weird. But the food stamps that you are allotted for the children, you're gonna feed a boyfriend that's not even the children's daddy first. No, ma'am. Bro shouldn't even be guaranteed to play. Right. I promise you, I feel the same way. No. Yeah, maybe she trying to make him hers, like try to show him like if you was mine, you get this every night. You know what I'm saying? That type thing. Yeah, because I was floored. I had to ask her. You know me, I'm blunt, so I asked her. I'm married, and I very seldomly fix my husband plate.
Let me correct myself. I used to fix my baby daddy plate. I fix everybody. Like I said, I'm like Keela. I fix everybody's plate, and then I'm like, everybody can get y'all plate, y'all. They ready. And he just made me stop fixing his plate because he was like he irritated because I'm like, all right, like it's time to eat. Like, come eat. And I'm like,
I mean, you don't come eat. You on your own. You do what you feel like you want to, but honey, I ain't finna beg you to come eat. I guess my husband